We are
Welcome to the Teen Health Revolution Live. Even though technically the book did come out, we are still dedicated to continuing this series. Yeah. So yeah, we're so hyped that the Teen Health Revolution book came out.
This is our first part.
Yes.
This is our first live when the Teen Health Revolution actually came out.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, we couldn't do it last week because
Mhm.
it was. Oh, so, yeah, the last weeks have been crazy. The book release has been crazy. Yeah, we've been signing for our new book that's a bestseller. And yes, even though we are crazy busy, we still have enough time to sleep. We need to invest in sleep, which is this podcast. Which is Live is talking about. Wow. Investing in sleep. So you might think, why? Why is it important to sleep? Sleep is so boring. Like most people think that sleep.
It is kind of boring.
No, I like why.
Well,
I mean, like at night, like no one wants to
What-
sleep, but in
what
the
is the
morning,
conversation?
like everyone really wants to go sleep. Like when I have to wake up for like 6 o'clock in the morning for school, like I really want to go back to sleep.
Yes.
Sleep.
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 All right, yeah. So it's very important. It's just not important.
It
Some
is
people
important.
say- It is important, but some people say it's boring. Sleep is super important for adults and us kids as it allows our bodies to recharge for the next day. Because unfortunately, studies have shown that almost half of children, like 52% of the U.S., don't get recommended hours of sleep that they need. That's more than.
I mean, I can definitely understand that because a lot of my friends, they're like, I mean, not really friends, but a lot of my peers, they're always like, oh, I've been awake for like 2 a.m. since like 2 a.m. or like 4 a.m. And I'm like, why? And they're like, oh yeah, I don't know. I was just like scrolling. I was like,
But
that's sad.
yeah, but how much hours of sleep do we actually need? Because children ages 9 to 12 need an average of 9 to 12 hours of sleep. As teens from 13 to 18 need around 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night. Our brains are developing at a rate of 800 synapses.
Synapses per second.
Yeah.
When we sleep, the brain continues to form and strengthen these connections.
Our body doesn't consume much energy while we sleep, so it leaves more energy available for 8 or 9 hours. 8 or 9 hours per night for our body to remove toxins, make hormones, activate cellular repair, boost the secretion of growth hormone, mend injuries, and fight infections. I know we really don't want to hear it, but it's a bedtime routine. Like most kids, they want to hear bedtime. They're like, oh my God, no, I don't like that. Okay. So it is the best way for us kids to get developed with healthy sleep habits. So yeah, even adults need a bedtime routine. A good bedtime routine helps us stay healthy. Your sleep routine starts with the moment you wake up. We love to wake up with a prayer and gratitude. Focus on the real foods, limiting daytime sleep disruptors like caffeine, sugar, stress, lack of movement, and too much artificial light, or even exposure to fluorescent light. Like there
especially blue light. Like a lot of teens, and I know also a lot of adults, like to keep their phone right next to their bed. That itself is like releasing so much EMFs to your brain while it's trying to recharge, and at the same time we're picking up our phone in the nighttime, and we're gaining all that blue light, which is really disruptive to our brain. And on our podcast, we actually learned that, you know what, like that blue light, it's because it disrupts her, because it's like this crazy light that's trying to affect your body. What our bodies, when at nighttime, our body's supposed to be sleeping. So our body's made to be like more resting at night and more active in the morning. But especially during the winter, this can be really hard because days are really, really short.
Yeah, like there's so many like a lot of teens that they're not really wearing blue light glasses. Like Gotham actually wears blue light glasses, and like that just helps so much to limit fluorescent light exposure, right? And there are so many also yummy foods that will help our sleep, include like walnuts, avocados, and green leafy vegetables.
So yeah, limit caffeine and eat those green leafy vegetables, walnuts, and avocados.
I like avocados.
Or even a lot of people say milk. I don't know. I didn't really do a lot of research on that, but I don't think it'd be that bad.
Milk is good for your bones.
And there's a lot of other stuff, but yeah.
The calcium.
Yeah. So remember to stay hydrated for good sleep. Increase the bright light exposure to at least 30 minutes from 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Actually helps you to sleep later on. Exercise regularly in the morning or afternoon periods of time with direct contact with the ground, called grounding, which we actually love to do. We just go outside, have some fun,
Be barefoot.
Be barefoot. Can help an internal balance to help you sleep. Grounding also helps spending time in nature, which also has tons of reasons. You can check that episode,
Last
live.
episode.
That live.
Wasn't it last episode?
No,
not
last
just
episode's tech limits.
To create an internal balance to help us sleep. So you're probably wondering, what can we do to help us sleep when we want to sleep? So we need to listen to our body and start preparing for sleep. Start winding down about 2 hours before bedtime by taking it to relax. Using either mindful meditation or other stress-relieving strategies. Take a warm bath with Epsom salt and lavender oil. A lot of us kids have a lot of worries. So you can write down your worries so you don't have to think about them when you're trying to go to sleep. And make sure before you're going to go to sleep, just don't go on blue light. It's going to affect your sleep tremendously and ruin it. So turn off electronics at least like 90 minutes before bedtime. Or you can use amber lights or glasses to filter the blue light. And then, yeah.
And I would just want to make sure, like, for anyone who just recently joined, you guys can ask us any questions. We'll be happy to respond. Yeah, so any questions, either it's about sleep or it's about anything else. Yeah, questions, we can take questions.
Yes. So make sure to flip switches to turn off the Wi-Fi routers. Put their phone 6 feet away or in another room or in airplane mode. So like just put it in a different room, because when you wake up, you don't want it to be right in your face and just like grab it if you get a notification. That would really just disturb your sleep.
Yeah, and also I talked about EMFs, which are really disrupting to our brain.
Yes.
Yeah, like stop eating at least 90 minutes before you go to sleep. I know it's hard, but it'll help you. If you do get hungry, you can eat a meal high in fat and lower in carbohydrates.
And we just got a question. Do you recommend reading before bed? So I know that I used to read in bed like a little bit more back then, but now I just like to go to sleep. But definitely, I think reading in bed is a great way. There's nothing really stimulating about reading. I mean, if you're up for a long time, maybe it could be bad because you're losing those hours of sleep. But reading is a great way to increase your melatonin levels before you sleep.
And not going on the phone.
Yeah. So if it's a way that can give you entertainment without going on the phone, that's definitely a great idea.
Yeah. So in order to have an amazing, restful, deep sleep, you need to prepare for success by creating an environment that will help you get to sleep. Play soft music or a scripture in the background. Make sure your room is clean. That always helped me. That really always helps. Make sure that you can also hang blackout curtains on the windows. Set the night around room temperature to around 68 Fahrenheit. Yeah.
And talking about keeping rooms clean, I know a lot of teens, and it can get a little hard sometimes. Just keeping that room clean, it can be really, really difficult for a lot of teens. But I recommend, when you see a mess, just clean it. Just quickly clean it.
So it doesn't get bigger and bigger.
So yeah, because it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, like Awesome said. So just clean it when you see it, when it's small, and that I hope that could be like beneficial to like specifically teens or even adults who find cleaning their room quite difficult. But yeah.
Yeah, adding a house plant to the room can also improve air quality and inhibit electromagnetic fields, like EMFs was talking about.
Yeah, and I love specifically, especially if you have green like plants all over the house. And I think it's a great way to create like fresh air. I don't know. It makes me so happy whenever there's like lots of plants around. And I think that's just biological because we're supposed to be around plants. So integrating some of that plant life into your house, especially during the winter, because where we live in Illinois, it gets really, really cold. I think there's like snow all over the ground right now for us. So yeah, there's not really much plant life that's like as green as if you can just bring it into your house. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you can do so much to improve your sleep. You just need to follow these basic principles. So remember, sleep is important to lower overall inflammation, build and release hormones to help growth, prepare the body if it gets damaged, help clean our brain and body, and help improve our immune system.
So yeah, now let's talk about what do the
I
holistic
do?
kids do. We try our hardest to prioritize sleep. We do not have social media, so it's easier for us to stay off our devices and limit blue light. We live for sleep. We have developed a sleep routine where we slow down before bed, eat for hours before we sleep, and listen to scripture before we sleep. Our bedding and our mattresses, our pillows are all organic. Of course, you don't really have to have them all organic, but that really just limits that
Toxic load.
yeah, limits the toxins coming into the place where you're spending a lot of time on, especially those microplastics. So, and we also have snake plants and air filters in each room. Our curtains are darkening. We pray and meditate when we wake up and when we go to sleep. So that keeps us in a very calm peace of mind, like in a calm state.
No screens in our room.
Yeah, there's no screens in our room because blue light impacts our sleep. And having all these screens inside a room, like maybe like TVs or all these phones and devices or PS5s, like any of that is really tempting for a lot of teens, especially maybe for us even. So yeah, so blue light is really, really bad for your sleep. It's really gonna hurt your sleep, especially for teens, where this is your like highest rate of development that is going through your body. Like, yeah, your body is developing at a very fast rate, so you need to make sure that this rate is having the best recharges from sleep. So
I mean, you're welcome.
So you can check out all these tips and inside the Teen Health Revolution book.
And there's even more. And if you don't want to just get it from us, we have 200 plus experts all dumping all their amazing tips inside this book. We also made it like a guide, so it's really, really easy to navigate through. Yeah, I think it's really good. You can follow us on social media, the Holistic Kids Show. And any questions?
Yeah, you can pre-order our book. Not pre-order. You can buy our book on Amazon
or even Barnes and Nobles. I think now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're
really your local bookstore.
And it's getting into some libraries slowly, but yeah, we'll get there.
So our book is made out of 3 sections. The first one is why we need this revolution, because the statistics are crazy. Like, yeah, we need this book. We need this book.
Yeah. So yeah, the book is divided up into
3 sections. The second section is why we need is the revolution parts. So we go through R.E.V.O.L.U.T.I.O.N. which is each of them. I messed it up in the past. Which is an acronym for each principle. Like I invest in sleep. Podcast.
Not like live.
And yeah.
And so the first part is why we need the revolution. It has all like the statistics. It's kind of depressing, but we also really like. Then we give you Hope by the Revolution, and that has all the tips and stuff. That's where you're gonna get the bulk of the information. And then you have the Real Life Revolution, and that's just navigating through stuff like maybe like mental health or other aspects of health that we might have not talked about in the Revolution. And we go over 20 chronic diseases that teens go through on a daily basis, like acne, mood disorders, all these different types of things. And if you order the book on our website, you actually get 4 bonuses, these PDFs that can really help you make it easier on this journey. So yeah. Any more questions? We have yeah, we're good with any questions. If anyone has any questions.
Any questions? Maybe not.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's Tuesday.
Yeah, usually it would be Monday live, but we did not do it yesterday. We were doing it today.
We forgot.
Yeah, we forgot. And then we got
yeah, okay.
No, you remember.
So make sure you come on to the next.
Hopefully it's Monday.
Monday live series. Check you out.
And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys. Most likely, we'll see you guys next year. I know that's really emotional. Like, we're not gonna be able to do until next year, which is yeah, quite crazy. Happy New Year, guys. Yeah, we're hoping for a better future, and that can start with the new year. But don't forget to create those habits. The habits can start anytime. Today, don't focus on don't focus on the goals. Really focus on the creating those habits so you can build those habits so you can really reach those goals. So yeah, we're really inspired to creating a teen health revolution, and we are dedicated to keep on going. So
Okay, we'll try that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, see you next Monday, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see you next year, guys.
Bye.
Bye.